Islam, Islam, Islam. Hotep, Hotep, Hotep. Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. Alafia, Alafia, Alafia. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. God bless, God bless, God bless. Que pasa, que pasa, que pasa. Shalom, shalom, shalom. If I haven't already said that, power to the people, power to the people, power to the people. Happy holy day, Muslims all over the world. Happy holy day to my divine family, my earthly family, my family all over the world. Alright, fam, today is Friday, holy day for all Muslims all over the world. We're doing holy day. We're going to go straight into the prayer. 5 fingers on the left, 2 on the right, feet at a 45-degree angle, heels touching. Repeat the Moorish American prayer after me. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through His holy prophet, Drew Ali. Ameen. Islam. Just a minute. All right. I give praise to Allah, the author, the creator, governors of the world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. Allah be a sweet name. I give highest honors to His Moorish love thought prophet Noble Drew Ali, aka El Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali, for bringing us our nationality and our divine creed in hopes that we may return back to the state of mind of our ancient forefathers, honoring the highest principles known to man, the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Give honors to the past leaders. No, I give honors to Brother Marcus Garvey, the forerunner prophet, who's known for saying many, many things. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to read something different today, since I located my book. Share something different from Marcus Garvey. Okay. Let me read a little piece here. This is lesson 5, titled God in Message to the People by Marcus Garvey. There is a God, and we believe in Him. He is not a person nor a physical being. He is a spirit, and He is universal intelligence. Never deny that there is a God. God, being universal intelligence, created the universe out of that intelligence. It is intelligence that creates. Man is a part of the creation of universal intelligence. And man was created in the image and likeness of God only by his intelligence. It is the intelligence of man that is like God. But man's intelligence is only a unitary particle of God's universal intelligence. Woo! Man, that was powerful. Marcus Garvey. Might go over it a little bit more a little later. By Marcus Garvey. Okay. I give honors to the past leaders of the Moorish Science of America. Brother Miliel, Small Bay, Lovett Bay, and Foreman Bay. I give honors to the Moors here, there, and everywhere. I give honors to our sympathizers, supporters, well-wishers, brothers and sisters who connect with us on different levels. We give honors to all because we all family. For those who understand what family is and how we are all connected, I give honors where honors is due. It's not. At this time, I'll be reading from Salvation, Allah, Unity, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Begin with Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Fridays are holy day of rest because only Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and only Friday the first man departed out of flesh, and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted into 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nation of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a parcel of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his Father God Allah. Noble Drew Ali, founder, has been reading from Salvation, Allah, Unity, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws. 5. Alright, family. It's also customary before demonstrating before a body of Moors that one reads from the questionnaire and additional laws for the Moorish Americans by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Additional Act 1. Grand Sheikhs and governors and the heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before acting upon by any members. Let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice finance, etc., that will cause the support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction etc. by the prophet and the grand sheik. Additional Act 2. All members are to attend their ADAPT meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he would be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If member is working, his monthly dues must be paid, and if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift a nation. Additional Act 3. It is lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he is able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Additional Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Additional Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire, and let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Additional Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part impartial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, Colorful, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slave holders in 1779 and lasted into 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Additional Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you're entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of all humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet Noble Drew Ali through the guidance of his father God Allah. Let's been read from the additional laws. It's also customary before demonstrating before a body of Moors that one reads from the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Drew Ali, by the guiding of his father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen state of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his father God Allah. Okay, family. Okay. We're going to go over here. Bear with me. I'm trying to figure out what verses I want to read out of this chapter, because it's a beautiful story. It's a long story, but everybody ain't in bed, so because it probably puts you to sleep. I'm already a little tired myself. So that's what I do. Let me go somewhere else. Okay, here we gonna go. We're gonna go to chapter 37. Holy instructions from the prophet, the breath of heaven. And I'm gonna read instructions 10 and 11. Keep thy soul in moderation. Teach thy spirit to be attentive to its good. So shall these its ministers be always to thee conveyances of truth. Thy hand, is it not a miracle? Is there in creation aught like unto it? Wherefore was it given thee, but thou mightest stretch it out to the assistance of thy brother? You know how we often say, or we find ourselves sometimes saying that things have gotten worse. It means they used to be better. But I think what we don't identify with is that we are part of the era where it's gotten worse. But how many people are fixing the very thing that they are contributing to the problem? Because we all part of the problem, unless you're part of the solution. You can only be one. Part of the problem, part of the solution. If you don't care, you're part of the problem, because you ain't a part of the solution. Okay? We complicate things a lot of times, which is the reason why it's easy for us to be manipulated, lied to as if it's the truth, and we go for it. Somebody put something in the tea. Somebody tricked somebody. Somebody did something behind somebody's back, and it got through the door. And you know how you trying to run and shut the door, keep somebody from getting in, and they put their foot in the door. As long as their foot in the door, that door ain't gonna shut, right? Well, sometimes evil get their foot in the door. As long as that door open, evil seeks in. And these are times when we don't think it's a big deal, so we don't say nothing. We don't do nothing. And it becomes common. It becomes expected. It becomes one's norm. Okay? And when that becomes the norm, and you be practicing it as if it's cool, or if it's in, it's down, it's hip, whatever word you use. It takes on a different energy. And when you get too far away from the truth, you find yourself experiencing something dramatic, something that you didn't even expect to happen or occur. or manifest. And that's how evil got in our life. That's how actors were able to, what they call it, I'm just going to say, distract you from what's yours, and then lead your offsprings to believe that it ain't yours. You know what I'm saying? And your grandmother didn't leave it to you. Your grandfather didn't leave it to you. So here it is, you living this lie and don't even know it. You got people in life, they get to a point where they get tired. They get fed up. They be like, I ain't taking this no more. This is going to change today, and it's going to change right now. You know what I'm saying? As superpower come out. You know what I'm saying? You know, and people don't even realize what it really is. You know? And that you are that powerful that you can change situations like that. You just have to have that will. You have to exercise the very thing that your Creator gave you, which is the greatest gift. You see what I'm saying? Because through that will, you can do all things. Okay? And when you exercise your will to do what it is you believe, you're going to be successful. You got a lot of people that give up. They was impatient. They didn't want to wait no more. They didn't want to sacrifice no more. They didn't want to give no more without receiving. Okay? But that's cool, because that's their choice. You know? But then you got others, they're going to keep giving. Going to keep giving. They're going to keep working. They're not going to give up. They're going to keep striving. They're going to keep putting in the work. They're going to keep fulfilling their responsibilities and their duties towards the universe, towards themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to regard what other people got to say about it, because it's not about other people. There's a change that's going on because you got people that's tired of the foolishness, and they doing something about it. And those that's doing something about it, guess what? They the ones that get the benefit, because they reap what they sow. The ones that ain't doing no fighting, what do they deserve? Nothing. Nothing at all. They gonna reap what they sow too. They put in nothing, so they get nothing in return. What would be wise for ones to begin to realize and practice is that you can invest in life and you can invest in death. I'm going to put it that way, because same thing as saying invest in good and invest in bad. Okay? But I'm trying to get you to see how life works. Life being a vibration, being energy. Okay? And how we have the power through the will to direct, you know what I'm saying, that power. Okay? To create the things that we desire. And I'm talking about on a very profound level, to where you can build your faith. You just don't believe in something. In other words, you just don't think that something may be true. Okay? You done your research. You done your studies. You done your analysis. You know what I'm saying? You done all your breakdowns, and you have discovered the truth within yourself. The light has came on in your mind. You can see clearly now, versus before it wasn't so clear. And through that clarity, it brings ease to your life. It brings the ease. You see, a lot of people, they're afraid of being at ease. They're afraid of being at peace. And the reason why I say they're afraid of being at peace is because they always using their energy to be uptight, to be angry, frustrated, just in a complaining state. Okay? Complaining just to be complaining. You know what I'm saying? And complaining without a solution in mind. Now, who does that? Complain without a solution in mind. I've done it before. When I didn't have a brain. You know. So I went and found my mind because I realized I lost it. And until ones realize that they lost their mind, they'll never find their mind. So therefore, they'll never have stability. They'll never be able to make those things within them that they feel is wrong. They'll never be able to make it right. And it's unfortunate, you know, when you say you grown and you act out of ignorance because you really don't know what you're doing, you got to pay for that. You got to reap from that. Yeah, you got to reap back. It's just how life works. And after going through that enough, you'll get tired when you get tired. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll want more. You'll desire more. And sometimes we want more and we'll go the easy way of getting more. Okay? When I say easy, I'm talking about real easy. You know, where you don't want to do what society standards are or norms. Not saying you have to, because I'm not with the norm. You know, but I'm not with the norm because I just want to be lazy. I want to be unproductive. You know, I don't want to participate in certain norms because these norms have established instability not only within myself, within my family, and within my community, that hinders us from elevating, hinders us from loving each other, hinders us from being honest with each other, hinders us from being solid, being dependable, okay, being trustworthy. You know, these low vibrations, these lies, these misconceptions, the indoctrinations, this programming that we got to come to learn about so we can understand the damage that has been doing and still doing to us. You know what I'm saying? Those that are not aware. Okay? And those that are still working on cleaning up and correcting the wrong that's affecting your life. Okay? We are our own saviors. Okay? Nobody can save you for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have 1,000 people tell you the best advice in the world, and you'll turn around and do what you want. And wish you listened to the 1,000 people after you did what you want. You know? But that's a lesson we got to we learn where we get spanked mentally because our way didn't work. you can be stubborn and keep doing it your way, and keep failing in your attempts. You can do that for the rest of your life. Everybody got free will. But I know it's something deep down in you that wants better. It's just that your experiences has such a negative impression, profound impression, deep impression, that it hinders you from wanting to do certain things that's natural, that is considered simple. It's like getting in an accident and having a serious injury, and you got to get surgery, you got to get cut open, and you have to take certain medications that's addictive. At least they lead you to believe that you do. Okay. So in taking these medications for the pain and infections, whatever they say, you get addicted. And through that addiction, because you done took it for so long, it made you feel a certain kind of way, and it made you ease, which took away that pain, that when it come time where your body healed and you don't need these pills no more, you find yourself still taking them as if it's natural for you to do that, when really the pills was only for a temporary time, but they had effect on your body that feel the urge, okay? And unconsciously you continue to feed that urge, not realizing that you're taking pain pills and you have no pain because you're seeking the high. You done got addicted. See, with addictions, now what you got to do is go through a detox. You got to detox your body. You got to clean that chemical up that's affecting your body adversely. You know what I'm saying? That's keeping you from desiring to stop. Okay? It's important to slow down and observe yourself go through the experiences that you go through. Because that's when you give yourself time to think. You give yourself time to figure things out, instead of just jumping to the first conclusion or idea or thought that come to your mind. Because it's like those that's dedicated in their spiritual work. Okay? When you started out reading and gaining enlightenment, okay, you drew a certain conclusion at first. But as you continue to study over a period of time, you begin to understand a little more than what you understood before. Okay? So it's like your understanding gets greater and greater as you continue to study. Okay? And that tells you right there that knowledge comes in degrees. Same with in the food system, school system. We started out at the lowest grade and we made our way up. You know what I'm saying? We evolved. Head Start, kindergarten, first grade, all the way up. Okay? So, it's basic math, but we got to apply it other aspects in our life to give it structure so we can better identify the elements of a given situation that we may find ourselves in order to help us figure it out and gain the answer and apply that answer or that solution to eliminate that problem, to where it allows you to elevate in life. Because mainly what holds us back, keep us from advances, is our problems, our foes. A foe is a personal problem. Okay? That's what a personal enemy. Okay? And we got a lot of them. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. If you give yourself time to analyze and reflect on yourself and see yourself for who you are, for the things that you find yourself doing, then you're going to understand yourself a little more. Okay? It's a beautiful discovery. It's a beautiful adventure. You know, it's not boring. You know, it's not burdensome. You know, it's not nothing negative. It's actually an awakening. Your eyes can now open. You begin to see the things you didn't see before. And that's very important, because it's somebody, at least one person, that you love, that you want the best for. And if you're not enlightened on knowledge of self, then how you going to tell that person anything about themselves? Why? Because somebody did it with us. But did it work with you? And if it didn't work with you, why would you turn and do the same thing to somebody else? Why don't you analyze, why didn't that work with me, with him or her, that tried to tell me something when I was younger and I didn't listen? Okay? What was it that they was doing? Because a lot of times we don't listen to people because they not practicing what they preach. So therefore, when you give me advice, it's not with sincerity. You know what I'm saying? It's not heartfelt. You know, it's not genuine. Okay? And by not being genuine, when the person gives us a message, we're not going to find substance in it or any value. So it's going to go in one ear out the other. You see what I'm saying? And that's been going on for generations within our communities. People preaching something other than what they practice. We need examples of people that's going to be the message that they bring. When they say they love you, it's because they already showed you that they love you. You know what I'm saying? When they say that they can be trusted, it's because they already prove that they can be trusted. You know what I'm saying? You already experienced things with them that shows that they can be trusted and relied on and depended on. You know what I'm saying? And you can count on their wisdom if you open your heart and mind to it. Okay, and understand it, and then apply it in your life, you'll come to find out that it will work for you as it has worked for them. This is the things that we got to begin to value within ourselves in order, like I said before, that we give value to our communities. It can't be value in the community unless you first value yourself. Why? Because you are a part of the community. Okay, we can't have parts of the community that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Because they can contaminate the ones that are trying to get right. Okay, so the thing is, it's got to be a collective effort when you're talking about the community. But the thing is, what's most important is you inspire yourself to do the right thing. You inspire yourself to stand on right. And through you making that commitment to yourself because that's what you want for yourself. You know what I'm saying? What's extra is other people get to learn from your example. But we're not going to focus on that. But that's one of the facts. Because the focus is that you're making a decision that's right for you. Okay? And that will help us get away from a lot of this evil and wickedness and principalities and wickedness in high places that we fight on a daily basis. You know, it won't have to be no battle no more. We don't have to worry about struggling with morals and principles because we will have them. We will stand on them, and we will teach them to our children through our behavior, and they will grow up strong and founded in morals and principles in ways that we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? We may have a little bit, but it wasn't enough. So we want to add more to the community by adding more to ourselves and doing more for ourselves by making a commitment towards being your best self. Okay? It's a daily journey. Every day you just wake up, or the night before, you plan, what can I do tomorrow better than I did today? And it can be little things. It don't gotta be nothing big. It can be as simple as speaking to somebody, saying something to somebody. And a lot of times be observant. Be observant, and God will direct you to you exercising whatever your gift is. Okay? Whatever it is you desire to do to spread good toward people. You know what I'm saying? You might want to bring donuts in. You know what I'm saying? And share it with your co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Just for example. Or just do anything generous. Bring an elder some coffee. You know, from McDonald's, because you just stopped there and got you one. You know what I'm saying? You know, in other words, be considerate towards someone that you weren't considerate towards yesterday in an area where it doesn't burden you to do it. And it will move your heart. It'll make you feel good, because that's what it's about. You doing things that make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? That put a smile on your face. That put a smile on your heart. Because when you do that, you begin to vibrate with a light. You know what I'm saying? You begin to vibrate on high, and that energy spreads to those around you. And majority of the time, who around you? Your children. And your children need that light, fam. They need that positive light. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop glorifying wickedness and evil and slick, low vibrational sayings and thoughts and jokes. And I know a lot of people say, man, you just born out. You can joke clean. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be dirty. You don't got to have dirty jokes to laugh. You know what I'm saying? You know, I remember back in the day when the comedy, you know, and I recognized one comedian that was more positive than the majority of them, and that was Bill Cosby. You see what I'm saying? Bill Cosby didn't do no whole lot of cussing and all that. If he did any, you know, it was clean, you know. And you had other ones that felt comfortable with cursing and using sex talk, you know what I'm saying, to tell jokes and make people laugh. You know, some people got a brain to where they could elevate and utilize positive words to make people laugh. And that's being creative. You know what I'm saying? Use your creativity towards positivity. Okay? Alright, fam. That's what I got for y'all on this Friday Holy Day for all Muslims all over the world. I pray and hope as always that my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding has been inspirational, motivational, and encouraging to you. to get you to change something about yourself towards the positive. You know what I'm saying? Towards the good. Because you deserve good. Because you are good. You know what I'm saying? We've been programmed and programmed and indoctrinated to be negative. You know what I'm saying? Just like the people that oppressed us. They was some of the most negative people. You know what I'm saying? And we think that we being ourselves, and we're not being ourselves. We're being how they raised us to be, how they taught us to be. You don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Still a lot about me that I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting to know. Okay? I try to tap in and learn something about me that I didn't know yesterday about myself on a daily basis. Because it's so much that I sense within me that I don't know. I want to get to know, and I want to understand so I can guide and direct my energy. You know what I'm saying? See, I got to wake up and I got to control my thoughts and direct it towards the positive. Because if I direct it toward the negative, I'm going to have a whole lot of setbacks in my positive activity. Okay? I ain't trying no setbacks. You know, I don't want no low vibrational energy around me making me feel sad or low or in a complaining state versus being in a relaxed and easy and free flowing, you know, to where there's no stress at all. And if you choose to want to live a life like that, you can. You just got to learn how. Whatever life you want to live, learn how to do it and do it. And stick with it until you get it right. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting back on that bicycle, but from a mental standpoint. Y'all have a great rest of y'all Friday, fam. Here in the Ville, the weather's a little tough. Wind blowing real tough. I had to shut my window. It was ready to take the window off the hinges. But I seen some videos some people put on Facebook where a tornado came through, man, tore up some stuff. But I hope nobody was hurt. Everybody all right. And if somebody did get hurt, you know, I hope that they heal soon. And if they don't get to heal because it took them out, may they rest in peace, you know. But y'all have a great rest of y'all Friday, fam, and keep love on your mind. Keep love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice on your mind, and you will be rewarded, guarantee you, because that's how the universe works. Give it a chance, give it a shot, see what happens. Peace, family. Y'all have a great one.